give a big round of applause for Marcy Teeter, Tom Pache, and Matt, and the Daum Museum for having us again. And a big round of applause for all the readers tonight. They did a wonderful job. And I want to also make mention, as I did earlier, about the OIC Studio website. If you're interested in having an interview done, Mark, Bill, Faith, Walter, I'd love to do an interview at some point. Give it a thought. You know how to get a hold of me. And let's see. So, Walter, we're getting close to the 7:15 mark, so you have 5 minutes. Does that sound good?
I'll try to squeeze 2 poems in.
Okay. Once again, Walter Bargen, the Missouri Poet Laureate, the first one. I will put out there.
Thank you. These 2 poems that I'm going to read are from Trouble Behind Glass Doors. In the first section of the book, has to do with experience that I had as being the Poet Laureate. And this poem is called Poet as Grand Marshal of the Fall Parade. Doubting the gravitas, the decorum, it's poetry after all. And being led by a Boy Scout honor guard that's following a police car's flashing lights, their brown shirts sashed with merit badges, and behind them, the poet, bucket-seated in a low-riding, wine-dark sports car. From a small bag, he tosses candy to children who are wondering why they're not watching Saturday morning cartoons, knowing Halloween is a month off. Standing with their plastic Walmart and Moser bags, costumed in sleep, they wake to the brash high school marching band as it gracelessly plays what is half remembered after so few weeks of practice. The cough and clatter of 2 diesel tractors, a wagon pulled by mules, another by horses, the Women's Garden Club armed with rakes and shovels, the Women's Red Hat Society, a rabble from the Chamber of Commerce, the mayor biking in circles around the 2 slow procession, and whoever else joins in. The poet agreed, thinking this is what football players are adored into doing. But he's never led a team to victory, much less played. And he considered wearing shoulder pads outside his suit with poems scrawled in inch-high letters on the plastic pads. But he was afraid to confuse the mile-long, one-person-deep crowd more than they already were as he passed out poems after the candy ran out. This last poem is called Scantily Clad Poet. And remember there was a TV series called The Golden Girls? Okay. Well, you know, and there's another group of Golden Girls, the cheerleaders at the MU, yes. So I just wanted to make sure you didn't get confused in here. An editor of an online magazine tells the poet that she examined their Google Analytics. A new geometry of attention, the poet thinks, that eluded Euclid. The axiom of how many people visited the website. The hypotenuse of where these visitors live. The theorem of what stories are read, down to sequencing readers' keystrokes. She has discovered that the poet is the 2nd most popular keyword used to search the website after the football team and before the Golden Girls. In other words, she says the poet is less popular than football, but more popular than scantily clad dancing college girls cheering the team to victory. Who says poetry is dead? Later, she clarifies her earlier analysis in order to curb the poet's enthusiasm. The poet is not the 2nd most read story. That position belongs to a student named by Glamour magazine as one of the top college women of the year. But the poet is the most searched for. Epistemologically, ontologically, profound implications. But for others, a poster on the post office bulletin board will do. Then she suggests the ranking might have been different if the poet had been shot jumping up and down in a cute red dress. Now the poet is hurt. Red is not his favorite color. Then the poet wonders what she meant by shot. Thank you.